Yo, what is poppin', my guys? It is your boy Ashley, and today I am bringing you our first week of the IBA. Now, a couple of things before we start. You'll notice that my footage is rather laggy this week. Unfortunately, that is because my fiance has a friend of hers staying with us, and that she is in the guest room, meaning I cannot use my secondary screen in order to set up everything. So unfortunately, when I'm on a one screen setup, it just lags, and a little bit worse than normal, and I do apologize. Hopefully it won't be as bad when you don't have to render 6 different mons all trying to fly at the same time. So basically, we're just going to get into the prep real quick. I am playing Ben, coach of the Austin Swoobats, who is, fun fact, the only coach to beat me on my run to my first tournament championship in the HBT. So he has my number in the past. He's leading our series 1-0, and I really wanted to try and whip that around in my favor. So we're gonna start off. My prep was a little bit messed up because during the game it was fine. After the game it did not save correctly, so there are some moves that are missing. So if I say something and it ends up being something else, I'm no hacker man or anything like that. I just did not remember the last move on here, but I don't see anything like that happening, so we're just going to jump right into it. First off, we have our Gliscor with Toxic Orb, Poison Heal, Defog, Earthquake, U-Turn, and Toxic. Choosing not to carry Roost this week, but he has a sand team, and I probably should have brought Roost, but I wanted U-Turn for momentum. Gliscor does a great job of walling a lot of his attackers, not named Starmie, that he brought. Like, if you look against his team, everything but really Starmie and Bulu, I would say, doesn't want to go up against Gliscor. So having the Earthquake there is nice, even though Bulu is there. Defog is essential to keeping hazards away from my team. As you can see, he did bring Garbodor, so definitely need the Defog. And the Toxic, just to start wearing down damage on everything. I don't want to be throwing that off all willy-nilly because he does have a Magic Bounce user, making it kind of ineffective, as well as the ability to switch into a possible Natural Cure Starmie or his Excadrill or his Garbodor. You get the point. He has a lot of toxic switch ins, but I felt like it would be very advantageous against the Tapu Bulu, something that with its health gathering moves and grassy terrain can end up sitting on the field for a long time. Another mon we brought to help alleviate some of our Tapu Bulu trouble is my man Infernapes. This is Life Orb. He has Iron Fist as the ability, Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Thunder Punch, and Mach Punch. The Mach Punch is in case that Excadrill gets out of control. He does have Tyranitar on his team. He chose not to bring it, but he does have it. So that's just a fairly straightforward Infernape set. Just give it the coverage to take down everything it needs, as well as the ability to really do some damage to that Excadrill if it starts getting out of hand. Hopefully, after a little bit of chip, being able to take it out. Next up, we have our Assault Vest Hoopa. This is going to be Magician, obviously. I'm rocking Knockoff, Zen Headbutt, Drain Punch, and Gunk Shot this week. I felt like it did a pretty good number to his entire team. Excadrill is hit hard by Drain Punch, Xatu is hit hard by Knockoff, Garbodor is hit hard by Zen Headbutt, Staraptor is hit hard by pretty much everything. It doesn't have anything super effective for it, but it doesn't live most of these attacks if they connect. Starmie goes down to a nice little knock off, and Tapu Bulu cannot take a Gunk Shot. So this mon is a little bit bulkier this week. It definitely had some nice attack investment, but our next mon, Scolipede, is really what made this mon viable. Of course, we have Protect, Baton Pass, Poison Jab, Superpower, with the item being Phytanium Z. So I brought the Phytanium Z this week in order to pop that against the Tyranitar. It was the only way that a superpower from my Scolipede would be able to take out the Tyranitar, and I figured that if he looked at my team, he would assume that I would be using it on Hoopa or Infernape to kind of speed break through his team. Scolipede is a nice little secondary Z, or I guess third Z user, so yeah, you know what? It's gonna be nice. I'm hoping that it can do some good damage. If he has a lot of switch-ins. He actually has 5 switch-ins to Phytanium Z, which is really unfortunate, but it still does a ton of damage, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully we'll get to use it. Finally, no, I guess not finally, second to last, we have our Electros with the Assault Vest. This is Levitate, which is again very nice for his Sand Core. And also, an Assault Vest Electros tanks pretty much anything that Starmie wants to go for, which that Starmie absolutely runs through my team. If you look through the rest of my team, that Starmie can put in a sizable chunk of work, given that it's access to the move Signal Beam, of which it is 4 times effective against Hoopa. So, yeah, has not Giga Drain. It has Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Volt Switch, and Knockoff, I believe. See, that's what I'm saying. I know it's physical, but on here on my team layout, it says that it's special because I changed that at the end of the little match period, or at the end of my prep period. Finally, we have our Mega Aerodactyl. This man has Aerodactyli, obviously, with Tough Claws, Tailwind, Crunch, and Stone Edge, as well as one other move I'm trying to think of. Possibly Taunt, possibly Earthquake. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I needed this as my fast option, though. Definitely doing damage to things such as Tapu Bulu, and getting just good damage off on everything, pretty much. That's really enough about the team. I'm a big fan of the team prep we brought this week, and hoping that as long as we can outplay the Starmie, that we have a pretty good chance in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off. Here we have our Aerodactyl, followed by his Garbodor. So he's going to go ahead and switch out right into the Starmie as we Mega Evolve here. We're going to just fire off a Stone Edge, which unfortunately is going to miss. Now, I didn't want to risk this thing being scarfed, so I'm going to bounce right out here into Slippery Stare. It is the designated counter as he goes ahead and throws off a Toxic. So not too bad. That is a little unfortunate for us, but seeing as how the only thing this thing needs to wall is that Starmie, I'm not too worried. Here I'm going to make the aggressive double into Gliscor as he switches into Garbodor. He is going to be pretty much forced to switch out here into his Xatu as I just go ahead and fire off the Earthquake. I don't have rocks on this set, or I probably would have gone for rocks. But here I'm just going to fire off the U-turn, knowing I'm pretty much, there's a good chance I'm slower than this. And I'm going to get the switch initiative. He goes right here into Tapu Bulu, which gives me a very, very free switch into either Infernape or Scolipede. As you can see, I chose to go Scolipede. So here we have a lot of different options. We do outspeed, and I decided to just throw off the superpower here. I expected him to maybe try to switch into Excadrill, fearing the poison type attack, but as you can see, that's just going to lower our attack and defense and give him the +2 speed boost. So here I'm going to protect because I'm not sure what this Garbodor wants to do. I have plenty of answers for Toxic Spikes, and it turns out that he's actually Explosion. So that was a very, very clutch protect there, as we are going to boost up to ×2 speed. Now, he's going to go back here into Xatu. I am just going to pass right here back into Aerodactyl. I probably could have passed into a number of things here, but Aerodactyl seemed like the best option. Now that it is a +2 speed, I wasn't as worried about this Starmie being scarfed. As you can see, I do get the crit on the Stone Edge, which is unfortunate for Ben, because I think with the attack decrease, I'm not sure if I could 2-hit KO with Stone Edge into Crunch, but because of that crit, I definitely can. So we are just going to Stone Edge and go. So here, I really honestly forgot that I was -1, did the calcs and saw that this was a roll, so I decided to just go for it as he is going to set up the substitute. So here I don't want this Tapu Bulu to keep the substitute up. I am just going to Aerial Ace as it is going to go for the Horn Leech. That's going to put it back up at about 53%, a little bit higher at that after Grassy Terrain recovery, and we are going to go straight into Infernape here, playing no games, just trying to get off some big damage. So here I'm just going to go for the Flare Blitz. This is going to bring it down to 12%. And here I'm actually scared that this might be scarfed. So I decided to switch out here. A Mach Punch will not KO from this range based off my Flare Blitz damage. So I'm just going to go into the designated special defense counter, my old Slippery Stare. So he takes that Psychic very, very well. And unfortunately gives Xatu the chance to roost. I thought for sure he would switch out to Excadrill here, which is why I went for the Fire Punch. Unfortunately, because of that Fire Punch, he is just going to be able to roost stall me. As I go for the Thunder Punch here, you can see that's going to do a good bit of damage, but not enough. Pretty much just replacing his Roost. He's going to be able to keep out-roosting me with my Toxic damage, and I want to preserve this. So I'm just going to go ahead and Volt Switch out here. I know that he's faster than me. He's proved that he's faster than me, so I have no drawback to switching here, and I'm just going to go right back out into Infernape. I see that he's not Scarf, and I can just go ahead for the Flare Blitz and knock him out. So here, I'm feeling pretty good. I know that I'm not faster than this, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out into my Gliscor, as he is going to go for the Brave Bird. That does about 40%, which is a hefty chunk for sure, but Poison Hill is pretty much going to keep me back up to a range that is nice for me. He's going to go right back here into his Tapu Bulu as I throw off the Toxic, which is big moves because I needed that Toxic damage off on Tapu Bulu. This grassy terrain is definitely helping it live a lot longer than I would like, and as you can see here, he's going to go for the Continental Crush, probably expecting me to switch into my Scolipede. I'm very glad I decided to just sack off the Electros there, because if I had lost that Scolipede, this match probably would have ended up a lot different. But instead, because he's already burned the Z move, I can go here, go ahead and hit the Poison Jab, and get to my +1, which is very, very nice. So he is going to go right here into his Staraptor, and because I'm not sure, he could be Choice Banded or he could be Choice Scarfed. All I know is that if I protect here, I will outspeed him if he is Choice Scarf, so I just wanted to outspeed. And here I am going to pop the Z move and hit this man with an all-out pummeling, and he is going to live on 3%. That was a roll, and unfortunately I didn't get it, but after the Brave Bird, he is just going to go down and leave me with a 3-1 advantage. So Gliscor is by far the safest option to go into here, and that's exactly what I do. He is Mold Breaker, leading me to believe that he is the Scarf variant, and that is confirmed pretty much when he just scarfs himself into Iron Head. We are going to do a great chunk of damage with the Earthquake, putting this Excadrill into Mach Punch range, which basically seals us the game. He is going to get the flinch here, but it doesn't matter. After this Pokemon goes down, I just go into Infernape, hit Mach Punch, and take this out. However, this isn't going to kill me. We are going to live in Earthquake and win this game, our first match of the IBA, 3-0. It's a very good game to Ben. We are now tied 1-1 in our overall series. Again, guys, I'm really sorry about the laggy footage, but sometimes we just have to deal the hand we're dealt. I did not expect to not be able to record in my normal setup this week. It was kind of the last second thing, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. Thankfully, the dogs quieted down, so I'm sure you don't even hear any barking whatsoever in this, which is pretty much all I could ask for. Hope y'all enjoyed, man. This was a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this league so far. Next week, we play Danicki, who is a fantastic player, a game I'm very, very nervous to be a part of, but excited to be a part of as well. It's nice to carry a +3 differential into that game, because it's always very, very disheartening when you play somebody you're not sure if you can beat, and you're already kind of in the hole, you know? So hoping to carry this confidence with me into the next week and hopefully make a little bit of magic happen. Again, great game to Ben. Really thankful. He was great to schedule with. Really just set the date and we went for it. So can't ask for much more than that. Hope y'all enjoyed everything, and like, comment, subscribe, all the bullshit, man. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.